Hey, Oregon, Washington, California residents, I got something you're going to want to hear. We all know about wildfire danger. Don't be a contributing factor of that by planting trees under power lines. One of the worst things that you can do. Up here in the Northwest, it's getting worse, it seems like, every other year. We've had the Detroit nonsense, we've had the nonsense down south, and you know what? Some of these causes, they go on and on and on as far as an investigation for years and years. Most of it's man-made, some of it never gets sorted out. But planting trees underneath power lines is something that you can do to actually cause a power bill increase in your neighborhood. It's been going up. For the last 3-4 years, it's been going up steadily. We were talking about an 11% increase. We were also talking about a 17% increase up here in Oregon. God almighty. Well, a lot of that is because of the Detroit fire that happened here 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Now, the crazy thing is what I see, and a lot of it's not homeowners, a lot of it is cities and municipalities, guys. When you have new construction, whether it's a commercial building or maybe a new housing development, you've got to put in a sidewalk. In that sidewalk, there's usually landscaping. There's underground watering systems. There's bushes and shrubs. And they usually plant trees as well. Well, guess what? And those trees eventually grow up and they touch the power lines. That becomes a problem. Problems start fires. A lot of these, now catch this, a lot of these municipalities and cities, they actually require you to plant an oddball tree. Something nonsense ash from Tennessee or Kentucky. They've got all those deciduous trees down there. Now, why are we getting trees from basically the East Coast and bringing them out here and making residents and cities plant them? They're not native to around here. They might need special care. Obviously, getting them from down there and bringing them up and keeping them alive costs a lot of money. So these trees, they're about this big, yay tall, and they're hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these trees. And like I said, they might go into shock from the winter. They might not make it, but most of them thrive up here. Why can't we plant conifers, just regular deciduous trees that are from here, hardwoods? We can plant evergreens, tamarack, hemlock, any of those. But no, they want to use oddball trees and pay super, super, super high dollar for them. A big thing I see around here are a lot of people, they move into a house and they want a separation between a road or a neighbor's fence. Folks, build a fence. Get a line of hedges like boxwoods, or here's a good one, lemon cypress. Those look good. Arborvitae. Get something like that. Put some water on them. They'll grow up in 4 or 5 years. You won't be able to see your neighbor or the road. But they're not going to grow up and touch the power lines. And if they do, or they get close to them, have them topped. Unlike regular trees that go out like this, they're not such a pain to trim. Why people do this is beyond me. They've been doing this forever. Cities and municipalities up here in the Northwest for over 25 years have been telling people to plant these oddball trees from way down south. Why do they do that? Who knows? Maybe we'll never know. People are actually getting fined, guys, up in the city of Portland and Salem. They're getting fined big time. I know what your excuse is. Well, when I moved into this property, we already had the trees out here. Yada, 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 yada. Everybody knows that one. Come on. Don't be the guy in the neighborhood who has a tree when the first rowdy winter comes to be falling down in the middle of the street, take the power lines out, maybe even hit the neighbor's car. Don't be that guy. So what you should do, take some time, call one of these big companies like Green Brothers, Asplin. All these guys are running around this area trimming trees down here in Lynn County. They're up north, they're down south as well. Call these guys up. They will come out in a pickup truck and they will look at your tree and say, okay, we can top it here, we can do that, we can do this, or we can take it down to the ground and you can pay for this part or that percentage. Usually they'll do a lot of this for free and you'll get put on a list. Sometimes this list is a couple, 3 weeks out, maybe a couple of months. But go ahead and give them a call and see what they say. Don't wake up to a bunch of young guys in your yard at 7:30 in the morning with a chipper and chainsaws running, taking out your tree, and go yelling and screaming out there, no, 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 no. It's too late. You're not going to win. The city's going to come down. Portland Power Administration will be down there. PGE, Civic Power, they will all win. You cannot go up against these guys if you've got a tree that's threatening power lines. It's not worth your time. Don't even bother. But like I said, Don't be the guy in the neighborhood who takes out everybody's power on a Monday morning when everybody's trying to get to work. Don't be that guy. It happens, I understand. But do your research. Get these trees trimmed up before they become a problem. And you know what? I see a lot of good trees around here on the road. Healthy trees. And they've been slabbed off 15, 20 feet from the top. And they look like some abortion of a bonsai tree that's grown out on one side, or maybe a big L. You know what? Trees aren't supposed to grow like that. And the first big ice storm we have, guess what's going to happen? They're going to break off, they're going to get heavy on one side, and then they will be a problem. Don't plant trees under power lines. That is the whole subject of this video. Don't be that guy that causes trouble and causes everybody's power bill to go up. It's already went up. They've already talked about 11, 17% increase. And you know what? In your formal bill, it does not describe tree cutting or tree trimming as in invoice. This is just megawatt usage. They add that in there. It's also because of the wildfires we've had in the last years. So if you're complaining about why the power bill is so high, there's your reason. One of them anyway. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.